I see you've got that draft in the background now.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Cavaliers right in 14th, man. On that subject, has your opinion changed on the Cavaliers pick? Do you think we should trade it?
I think we still should trade
it. What would you try and get back?
I got two options here.
All right.
The first one is that we traded to move up. So we had traded to pick maybe Jetty Osman, maybe Dylan Windler, and try out of all the teams I see, probably try to convince either the Knicks or maybe the Spurs.
Ooh. Spurs have been interested in Jetty in the past.
Yeah, because I don't think we're going to be able to convince Portland up. But I do think the Spurs down, we got wiggle room. So, yeah, I try to move up because, honestly, I don't really think we can get anything that's going to make us better with 14.
Yeah.
Like, of course, like, you know, you always got your gems. You know, it's possible you can get a star. But for Cleveland's circumstance, based off of what we finished this season, we can't really settle for the potential of a player right now. Like we have to get players that's going to help us finish and get to the playoffs.
So you wouldn't entertain the idea of that Achai Agbaji guy? Played 35 minutes in college, 41% from three, 5 rebounds per game, 19 points per game, really good defense. But the reason he'd fall down to pick 14 is because he's 22 years old. You wouldn't pick him up?
I've been hearing a lot about him, but everything I've heard is that he's not going to be at 14.
Ooh,
everything I've heard, like he's like, if he gets drafted, he's probably going to be from 12 up, 10 up, depending on how that draft goes, you know, picks and all that stuff. I mean, trades and all that stuff. But which is why I've even heard a lot of people say if we got 14, a lot of people think we should trade up because that's the only way we would get him. So I would try.
Yeah. I think a team like the Spurs, if you were to offer them Jetty Osman, pick 14, and 2 future second-round picks, they would entertain the offer of maybe moving on from 9. It's not impossible because, I mean, the Minnesota Timberwolves did it a couple of years ago with the Suns where they traded up Dario Saric and pick 11 to get pick 6 from Phoenix.
Yeah.
So it's not impossible. So I don't mind what you're saying. Imagine if, you know, the player I would really, really like if he fell to 14, but I just know he's not. Jalen Duren's another guy that I mentioned earlier, how he could literally go everywhere. Like, again, if the Thunder fell down to like pick 6, they would probably, I think they could honestly reach for him at 6. But I'm looking at that board right now, and the Thunder have 12. That's where I think he'll go. And if they don't take him at 12, Hornets, mate, they really need a center. But god damn, would he be perfect for the Cavs just to play that backup center role?
Yeah.
It would be pretty nice, to be honest, but that's a fairy tale. Hopefully just someone like him falls down, you know?
Yeah.
That would be realistically a thing that I like to see, but I don't mind your offer though with Jetty Osman. You just really want to move on from Jetty, I think. I think that's why you want to trade up. You just want to you don't want Jetty Osman at all, right?
I don't. I really don't. No hard feelings though. I appreciate what he's done, but this season, I think he's kind of shown us that we don't necessarily need him. You know.
Yeah. What was your second option?
The second option is that we try our best to use this 14th pick, and it's probably going to take a lot of players and future picks to try to land a star. Right. But the problem that I'm facing with that second option, I just don't know who
the star is.
Yeah, like who is it going to be, right? Like, because obviously we got Colin Sexton coming back. And truth be told, for us to probably get that deal done, we would probably either have to use Colin Sexton or Karis LeVert to get the star I'm talking about. But it's like who works? Like, because there's not many wings that's available. So it's seeming like it's either going to be a guard where you hearing players like Zach LaVine or Beal and such, or it's going to be a big where you got DeAndre Ayton on the board. You know what I mean? Like, but then again, you don't need a big because you got Jared Allen and Evan Mobley. So it's like it has to be forward or guard, and it's like, it's not the point guard because Darius Garland has got that unlocked. So it got to be a two shooting guard or small forward.
I would love Zach LaVine on the Cavs. I would offer him I would say to him, hey, we've got more than what Chicago has right now. Like we were on pace to be nearly like in a similar spot to where Chicago was. You come to our team and we'll keep building on this. Imagine what we could do. Like that's what I would say to him. And then Chicago would get back Colin Sexton, pick 14, a future first or something.
Yeah.
Wouldn't mind that deal.
I wouldn't mind that deal either.
Yeah. that would be pretty cool. But so you're not even like considering the third option of maybe just taking a player at that pick? Because that's what I want to do. I think we should just stay put and see who falls to us down at 14.
The only reason I'm not high on it is because I don't feel like this player is gonna really play this season. For because yes, we need small forwards, but I don't think JB's. He's not gonna start him over Larry at the small forward, and as a bench small forward, like assuming we keep Cedi Osman, I don't really think he's gonna get that much more tick than Cedi Osman either.
So I think they'll still move Cedi. I think he gets moved this offseason no matter what.
Yeah, that could very well happen, but I still don't think whoever we draft is gonna make that much of a dent.
Yeah,
for us, because you got to understand, for Cleveland, whoever we draft, the expectation is that this person we draft is going to help us get to the next level, right? And if said player does not help the Cleveland Cavaliers get to said level, they're going to just bash them because they're going to look at, like, we got worse. We got worse now that we got Colin back. We got Karis. We got DG. We got Jared. We got Evan Mobley. We got Larry Markkinen. We added you. We got Ice. And we're not in there. And I just don't think that's gonna be I just don't think that's gonna be a recipe for success. I think I just don't think that's gonna be the move.
Is it possible, do you think, that the Cavaliers maybe take a step back this year? What would have to happen if the Cavaliers took a step back? And a step back could be as simply as finishing with the same record, because think about it. You finish with the same record and you've got players like Colin Sexton and that all on the team, then seriously, then something's a concern.
I think based off of how our season went this season, we can't take a step back in the sense where we lose, we don't win as many games. Because if that happens, Colin Sexton is going to get hell for that. Like he's gonna get hell. JB's
it would be presumed he would be the reason, especially considering every loyal Cavs fan knows statistically when Sexton is on the team, the ball movement is slower and it's much more of an ISO type of game.
Yeah.
It's just how it is.
Yeah, but Cleveland is so loyal to Colin Sexton. I've been a recipient of the sword. Whenever I said Colin Sexton out my mouth in any type of negative way, they've slaughtered me. And it's understandable because Colin is he's a loyal guy too. He's never been one of those. But it's man, when you really look at the Cavs, like you said, the ball typically moves a little slower. Colin gets hurt, the ball moves a little bit more freely, and we're literally one playing game away from the playoffs. You know what I mean? Now we got 2 All-Stars,
Mm.
But it's like I know how narratives work, like, because if Colin Sexton comes back, we pay him this money, he comes back, he's healthy, and we win 10 less games than last season, and we don't even come close to the play-in, they're gonna look at Colin Sexton. They're gonna look at JB Bickerstaff. They're gonna look at Kobe, and they're gonna look at whoever we drafted just because, right? Now, if the record is the same, like if we how many games we won? Like 45?
43, I think it was.
43. So if it's the same, I think maybe they might blame it on, it'd probably be an injury or two we've probably had throughout that season. They probably blame it on that. It kind of killed momentum or rhythm, whatever. But they can't lose more games. They can't lose more games.
I don't think we do what the Knicks did, because the Knicks were the team that took like a major step back. Yeah. And I think our team this year was much better low-key than the Knicks team last year. I don't think that's even controversial to say, because like if the Knicks team didn't change a whole lot. Like they were supposed to get better by bringing in Fournier and that. And I think as soon as 5 other teams got drastically better, the Knicks just were like, oh shit, the East is so much better now, and just couldn't keep up.